Hello everyone. In the previous class, we already discussed about the pulse code modulation and differential pulse code modulation. You know that in the differential pulse code modulation, difference between the present value and the previous value, that is predicted value, difference output is quantized. Therefore, the number of bits required for the transmission is less compared to PCM. Here we have the advantages of DPCM, differential pulse code modulation. The bandwidth requirement of DPCM is less compared to PCM because in the PCM whole value is encoded, so that the number of bits required for the transmission is increases. Due to that more number of bits, the required bandwidth is also more. But in PCM, the difference between the present value and the previous value is quantized and then it is encoded. Therefore, the required number of bits are very less compared to PCM. So, bandwidth requirement of DPCM is less than the PCM. The second one is quantization error is reduced because of prediction filter. The output of the signal is fed back to the input through the prediction filter, so that the difference between the prediction filter and the actual modulating signal is quantized. So quantization error is decreases here. And the third one is number of bits used to represent one sample value are also reduced compared to PCM, because here the number of levels are decreases. When the number of levels are decreases, then automatically the number of bits per sample is also decreases. Now along with that we have another modulation, that is delta modulation. In this delta modulation, it is a type of modulation where the sampling rate is much higher and in which the step size after quantization is of a smaller value delta. Such a modulation is termed as delta modulation, and it is a single bit quantization. See here, we have a continuous modulating signal. This continuous modulating signal is considered as M of t. You already know that signal is indicated as M of t. That M of t is sampled, and we have the condition the sampling frequency fs is far greater than 2fx. Then we have a very good output, and this indicates the single bit modulation. See here, the signal is changes its position from higher value to lower value. When it changes its position from higher value to lower value, then here the bit is indicated as 0. Again here also it is from higher value to lower value. The present value is lesser than the previous value. It compares the present and the previous value. Here the present value, this is the present value and this one is the previous value. The present value is lesser than the previous value, therefore the output is 0. And here the present value is greater than the previous value, therefore the output is 1. The difference between the present value and the previous value is 1 if the output is, that is the difference is positive. If the present value is lesser than the previous value, then output becomes 0. And this step size, that height is indicated by delta. This height is indicated by what? Delta. That is the step size is equal to delta. Here the step size is remains constant, it is not changes, depends upon the value of the modulating signal. But when the step, that is the previous value and the present value comparison indicates it is 1 or 0. If the present value is greater than the previous value, then output becomes 1, and if the present value is lesser than the previous value, then output becomes 0. See here, we indicated the different values, that is 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, these all are 0 because the present value is always less than the previous value. And this continuous waveform indicates the m of t, and this staircase signal indicates staircase approximation of mq of t. mq of t, in some books it is indicated as eq of t, like that. The single bit specifies the polarity of the difference between the samples and thereby indicates whether the signal is increased or decreased. The signal is increased, that means the present value is more than the previous value, then bit becomes 1. If the present value is less than the previous value, that means the present value is decreased compared to the previous value, then the output becomes 0 with respect to the last sampled value. Delta modulation output is 0 if the waveform falls in value. That means the present value is less than the previous value, then output becomes 0. 1 represents rise in value. Here each bit indicates the direction in which the signal is changing. It is increased or decreased, that is indicated by 0 and 1. In this way, the estimate is sequence of ups and downs. If it is ups, the present value is increased, then bit becomes 1. If the present value is decreased, then output bit becomes 0. Resembles a staircase. Now for example, here we have one table. Each encoded sample contains one bit of information. Delta modulation system requires a higher sampling rate than PCM or DPCM. This is the required condition. Delta modulation requires the sampling frequency fs should be far greater than the 2 times that of the modulating frequency. Higher sampling rate than PCM or DPCM. Now here we have an example, that is sample value. The sampled values you indicated by 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 6 and so on. Yeah, the difference between the present value and the previous value. This is the present value and this one is the previous value. 8 minus 7, what it becomes? This is plus 1. Clear? Next, the present value is 7 and the previous value is 8. 7 minus 8. So that difference becomes minus 1. Here the present value is 6 and the previous value is 7. Therefore 6 minus 7. The value becomes what? Minus 1. Here again 5 minus 6. The difference becomes minus 1. 6 minus 5. The difference becomes plus 1. 7 minus 6. The difference becomes plus 1. 6 minus 7, the difference becomes minus 1. 5 minus 6, the difference becomes minus 1. If that difference is minus 1, then you indicate that DM output as 0. If the difference is plus 1, then you indicate that DM output as 1. See here, this plus 1, the DM output is 1, minus 1, DM output is 0, minus 1, DM output is 0. Here plus 1, DM output is 1, DM output is 1, DM output is 0, DM output is 0. This indicates an example for the delta modulation process. Now here we have the delta modulation circuit transmitter and receiver, that is modulation and demodulation process. Now this diagram indicates the block diagram of modulator circuit. See here, we have the same blocks as we have these blocks in the differential pulse code modulation circuit. But here we have a delay of Ts. That is the prediction filter with a delay of Ts. This is the quantizer circuit. Quantizer has a input, that is E of NTS. Then here we have the comparator circuit. This comparator has two inputs. One input from the sampled input, that is M of NTS, and another input from the delay circuit, that is the prediction filter output, that is considered as a M cap of NTS. This M of NTS and M cap of NTS, both difference is present across this output of the subtractor circuit, that is E of NTS. Now here you consider that E of NTS is equal to M of NTS minus M cap of NTS. These two signals difference is present in the input of the quantizer. This quantizer output is EQ of NTS. The quantizer output is indicated by EQ of NTS. It is equated to the any one value. It may be positive or negative. That difference value is quantized. Now see here, this EQ of NTS value is connected to the encoder. Then that encoder converts that value into 0 or 1. It is a single bit output. If the difference, that is quantized output, is plus 1, then encoder output is 1. If the quantizer output is minus 1, then encoder output is equal to 0. That same signal is again connected to the adder circuit like that of a DPCM circuit. In the adder circuit we have two input. One is from the quantizer output, that is EQ of NTS, and another from the prediction filter output, that is M cap of NTS. These two signals are added together, and here we have a output of the adder, that is MQ of NTS. This MQ of NTS is equal to sum of EQ of NTS and M cap of NTS. These two signals are connected to the delay circuit TS. This prediction filter output is connected to this circuit after 1 bit delay. That means the previous bit and the present bit. Now this is the present bit. This present bit is compares with the previous bit. So we have a delay of TS. And this adder circuit and delay TS circuit, that is the prediction filter with a delay of TS, is called as accumulator circuit. Accumulator circuit is the combination of this adder circuit and the delay TS circuit. The output of the delay TS circuit is connected to the comparator as well as it is connected to the adder circuit. Now here we consider this MQ of NTS is equal to what? MQ of NTS is equal to EQ of NTS plus M cap of NTS. See here. Here this indicates MQ of NTS is equal to EQ of NTS plus M cap of NTS. Now this indicates the comparator finds the polarity of the difference between the unquantized sample input M of NTS and predicted value, that is M cap of NTS. These two signals difference is present here. Then we have this E of NTS is equal to, that is input for the quantizer. This E of NTS indicates what? It is input for the quantizer circuit. This signal, that is equal to M of NTS minus M cap of NTS. This is rounded off to a positive delta or negative delta by the quantizer to obtain EQ of NTS. That is, delta means we have a small difference, that is positive delta or negative delta. See this figure. Here if it is increased, then it is considered as a positive delta. If it is decreased, then it is considered as what? Negative delta. It is rounded off to positive delta or negative delta. The value is indicated by positive delta or negative delta. This indicates by the quantizer to obtain EQ of NTS. EQ of NTS indicates the quantizer output. This EQ of NTS is quantizer output. Then delta modulator wave is obtained by encoding the quantizer output EQ of NTS. See here in this diagram, EQ of NTS is connected to encoder circuit. The encoder output is delta modulator wave or delta modulator output. This EQ of NTS is converted into a coded form, single bit coded form. The DM output is 1. The delta modulator output is 1 if the quantizer output is plus delta. The present value is more than the previous value, then DM output becomes plus delta, then the output becomes 1. Encoder output becomes 1. And if the DM output is 0, that is the DM output is 0 if the quantizer output is minus delta. Quantizer output becomes minus delta, in which case if the present value is lesser than the previous value, then the output becomes minus delta, and DM output, that is encoder output, becomes what? 0. And here we have the quantized version of input sample is given by MQ of NTS is equal to EQ of NTS plus M cap of NTS. This is the input to the prediction filter circuit. Now this operation indicates the modulator circuit or transmitter circuit. Next we consider the receiver circuit. Here we have the single bit information, that is DM output. In this decoder input we have a delta modulator codes waves that is connected to decoder. It is present in the coded form, so we need what? Decoder circuit. This decoder circuit converts that coded form into a known information. Here what it becomes, that is EQ of NTS. This MQ of NTS is equal to EQ of NTS plus M cap of NTS. Then this different signal EQ of NTS is added to a sampled signal M cap of NTS, at which point it is added here. Here both the signals are added together. The output of this decoder circuit is equal to EQ of NTS, and this EQ of NTS is added with the M cap of NTS. EQ of NTS may be plus or minus delta. It may be positive value or negative value. Depends upon this plus value or minus value, the value is increases or it may be decreases. You already know that here the low pass filter produces the signals like this. We have a M of T signal. This M of T signal is present at the output by the comparison of this decoder output, that is addition of this decoder output and the delay TS. Here also we have the accumulator circuit, that is delay circuit, and this delay circuit produces a adder circuit. This adder and delay circuits are produces the accumulator, and this output of the accumulator is connected to the low pass filter. Here now we consider that MQ of NTS. MQ of NTS is input to the low pass filter, that is equals to EQ of NTS. EQ of NTS is output of the decoder plus M cap of NTS. M cap of NTS is output of the delay circuit. These signals are added together and we have a input to the low pass filter. The low pass filter produces the actual modulating signal. Now we consider the advantages of delta modulator circuit. You already know that here we use the 1 bit quantizer, only 1 bit. It may be 0 or 1, and its circuit is very simple compared to PCM circuit. The modulation and demodulation circuits are very simple. Easy design of the modulator and the demodulator circuits. In delta modulation, electronic circuits requirement for modulation at the transmitter and for demodulation at the receiver is substantially simpler compared to PCM. These are the two advantages. Along with that, the required bandwidth rate is very less, because when you use the single bit, the required bandwidth is less and the bit rate is also less. These are the advantages. Along with these advantages, we have two main drawbacks or disadvantages. In the delta modulation, we have two drawbacks. This one is slope overload distortion and another one is granular noise. This slope overload distortion and granular noise can be minimized by using a adaptive delta modulation. The step size is varies. Here the step size is constant, remains constant, it not changes. Here step size is remains delta. If the signal may be increased in the step size or the signal may be almost constant, in all the cases the step size is constant. Due to that we have these two drawbacks, that is slope overload distortion and granular noise. To overcome these two disadvantages, we use the next modulation technique, that is adaptive delta modulation. In that the step size is varies, where we need the larger step size, then the step size is increases. where we need the smaller step size. In that case, the step size is decreases so that it overcomes these two disadvantages, that is slope overload distortion and granular noise. I will explain that slope overload distortion, granular noise and adaptive delta modulation in the next class. Okay, thank you.